They have sacked Arne Sloot a year after he delivered the club's 20th league title in his maiden season. We understand Andonii Iraola is the front-runner to succeed Sloot. More on that in a moment. Liverpool's fifth-place finish was enough to secure Champions League qualification, but with only 60 points, they finished the campaign with their lowest total since 2015-16. The club released a lengthy statement explaining why they sacked Sloot. Here's some of the key parts. That this was a difficult decision for us to make as a club goes without saying. The contribution Arne has made to Liverpool Football Club in the time that he has been with us has been significant, meaningful and, most importantly of all, to supporters and ourselves, successful. At the same time, we have collectively come to the conclusion that change is necessary in order for the club to keep moving forward. Again, it must be stressed that this is not a decision which has been reached lightly, anything but. He helped guide the club through one of the most difficult periods imaginable following the loss of Diogo. The compassion and humanity he showed throughout that time said a great deal about him as a person. The conclusion we have come to is built on a belief that the team's trajectory is best addressed through a change of direction. That does not diminish the work Arne has done here or the respect we have for him, nor is it a reflection of his talents. Rather, it is indicative of the need for a different approach.
A lot of the chat from Liverpool in recent weeks has been their full support for the manager moving forward, and effectively that he would be in charge at the start of next season. There was another summer planning of, and Arne Sloot told us himself that he was involved in planning as regards recruitment over this summer period as well. I think the first thing to acknowledge is that, from what I'm hearing from inside Liverpool, is this is a decision that's been taken with enormous reluctance, because nobody at the club underestimates what Arne Sloot has achieved or the manner in which he conducted himself. And I think Liverpool would also be one of the first to acknowledge that on a human level, it probably seems a little bit unfair for a manager to lose his job a year after delivering a Premier League title as well. But at the same time, they would also argue that decisions have to be taken on what they believe gives the team the best chance of moving forward. And this is the kind of decision that they feel they take in respect of Arne Sloot's future as well. It seems to be a decision taken for footballing reasons in terms of the style of play. We heard the interview from Mo Salah not so long ago where, in fact, it was a social media post that Mo Salah put out and spoke about front foot football. Well, it seems that is a feeling within Liverpool, that it's a style of play. They say that they're not denigrating what Arne Sloot has done and the performances so much that Liverpool put in during that title-winning season, of course, as well. Quite the opposite, but and they couldn't be more aware of his qualities. But nevertheless, the belief is that sometimes a different profile of head coach is needed to bring out what Liverpool fans would appreciate more as their style of play, if you like, the kind of football that we saw under Jurgen Klopp. It hasn't happened this season under Arne Sloot, and quite clearly now Liverpool feel is the right time to change it, to try and get back to the kind of style of play that will be appreciated by Liverpool fans, and won't see them reacting the way that we have seen them in recent weeks during this season to performances on the pitch. So, as we know from Liverpool's announcement, the search now for a successor to Arne Sloot is well underway.
We understand Andonii Iraola is the front-runner to succeed Sloot. Formal talks are expected to take place soon. The Spaniard has been in negotiations with Bayer Leverkusen after appearing to cool talks with AC Milan earlier this week. However, amidst those talks, Sky in Italy reported that Iraola was still open to the Liverpool job, despite no vacancy being open at Anfield at the time. Iraola has also had Crystal Palace as an option, but they have always expected him to join a bigger club. Iraola has a strong relationship with Liverpool Director of Football Richard Hughes after their time together at Bournemouth. Hughes in February had backed Sloot despite a poor run of results, saying the pair had been pleased with their summer transfer business and hoped that performances would follow. Well, for more on this, we can speak to former Liverpool goalkeeper Brad Friedel, no doubt gearing up for a World Cup in the US, of course. Brad, good to have you with us on a busy afternoon here. Your reaction, please, to the news that Arne Sloot has been sacked by Liverpool.
I'm a little sad, to be honest with you. I'm, obviously a professional, but also a Liverpool supporter. I'm not one that likes the change of managers all the time. I like the fact that historically Liverpool hasn't really done that often. I don't think the last transfer window, last summer, was easy for Arne Sloot. I think they had a lot of turbulence. I think with Trent going, with Salah nearly leaving, there was a lot of discontent between what was going on. The Isak transfer was was disaster for both Liverpool and Newcastle. So I was hoping they would keep Slot and then let him build this summer. In saying that, as a Liverpool supporter, whoever Richard Hughes and the group decides to bring in, I'll back. But I'm a little bit sad today, to be honest with you. I know the fans were against Slot at times this season, but I'm just not a big believer in swapping and changing all the time. And the last thing that I would add, I think the Mo Salah post, I think, hit home to a lot of fans, and that probably instigated a lot more turmoil inside the club than maybe I thought would have happened. And it has happened, and I guess we all have to move on now.
Yeah, I guess we'll get to Mo Salah's comments in just a moment, Brad. But are you so surprised as well, given the fact that it was a year ago that Liverpool was celebrating their 20th league title, joining Manchester United, of course? I mean, that was a special time, and he'd achieved that in his first year at the club. Does that not buy him a bit more time?
Apparently not. I mean, it should. And with these things, there's always situations that happen behind closed doors that none of us are privy to. So I mean, maybe there was a lot more turmoil than we thought, and maybe some different discussions. But I thought if he hadn't gotten sacked throughout the season and they waited until the summer, they were going to allow him to see if they could have a much more calm transfer window and get some maybe players out the door that he knew mentally weren't with him, and bring some others in that would be mentally with Arne Slot and his style of play. But they're going to apparently do that with another manager.
A lot of talk about the style